Good evening, this is Claude White, and this is one of my first live streams. I'd like to welcome you, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to give you about 4 to 5 minutes. MC Red is the final frontier. Who is it? The black brother that they call Red. The black brother that they call Red. The black brother that they call Red. Mess with me, you ought to step to a back head. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, again. This is Uncle Claude's Grown Folks live stream. And the topic tonight, I'm going to call it Toxic Femininity. Notice I did not say toxic masculinity, but toxic femininity. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, like I said, this is the Grown Folks live stream. And as grown folks, yes, I will be partaking of some, I'm going to say, adult beverages, ladies and gentlemen. All right? Now, in fact, that's it for the music, ladies and gentlemen. That was, of course, the great MC Ren from NWA. Hey, Bridget, how are you? I'm glad you made it. I'm glad you made it. Please bear with me. This is one of my first live streams. I haven't done one in quite some time. But I just had to go to this topic because, as you see, if you haven't been under a rock, Terry Crews, ladies and gentlemen, and he, I tell you, I just don't understand him myself. I mean, he was crying. I mean, my God. I mean, it was downright embarrassing as a black man, as far as I'm concerned, to watch this guy talk about how he was a victim of and he identifies, quote unquote, with the Me Too movement. I mean, my God. And listen, I understand the movement to a point, so to speak. And if the movement were a true movement, a true, honest, equal, and fair movement, I would have absolutely no problems with it. Trust me. Excuse me. But the very fact of the matter is, hey, Eva, I'm glad you made it. Very glad you made it. Welcome to the live stream. And again, the topic is toxic femininity. And to hear Terry Crews, excuse me. Oh boy, I'm getting a call here, but they're gonna have to wait. The aforementioned Mr. Crews he was crying up a storm, boy. Let me tell you. And it was out and out disgraceful. Now, again, just to hear him crying and bawling, like, come on, dude. I could understand if you were a 14-year-old young man and this guy, and in front of your wife, which makes it worse, he allegedly grabbed Terry by the genitals. And instead of being, in my opinion, a real man and, I mean, basically defending his manhood, I mean, he just let him do it and started crying. I mean, like a little bitch. I mean, are you serious right now? Dude, I mean, you cannot sit up here. You have worked out. I mean, we have seen you bench press well over 300 pounds. I mean, you flaunt your so-called masculinity all over the place, but when push comes to shove, you don't even use it? I mean, that's like having a 12-gauge shotgun, having a burglar come through your home, and I decide, you know what? I'm not going to defend my family. I'm going to let him take the TV, take everything, take the safe, and not do a damn thing to defend myself. I mean, that's basically, excuse me, what Terry Crews did this particular time. And then to cry about it like, I'm a victim. I mean, damn, there are real victims. And then there's you, Terry Crews. I mean, are you serious, man? I mean, geez. I can understand. You are 6'4", 256 pounds, and you did absolutely nothing. First off, you know what? Let's put aside the fact that you weren't man enough, in my opinion, to defend your manhood. But not only that, you had your wife there during this. So basically what you're saying is, I'm not even going to defend my wife. I mean, my manhood. But you know what? How can his wife respect him? You're damn right there's something wrong with that picture. Because I'm going to be honest. If I were Terry Crews' wife, and listen, obviously I cannot think like a woman, and please, women, help me out here. But, I mean, just help me out. In my opinion, if I'm his wife, I can't respect him as a man. Because I know full and damn well if he's not going to protect his manhood, he's not going to protect me. I mean, I'm going to look at him as an absolute joke. I'm going to look at him like, man, I'm going to run roughshod over this dude. I mean, because I can't rely on him to protect me. So I'm going to try and find me a real man to take care of me, and he's going to defend me. He's not going to just let anybody grab his so-called manhood, and he does nothing about it. I mean, how do I expect him to protect my kids? I mean, how do I expect him to protect my household? I can't do that. I can't rely on him. I mean, to me, it doesn't even pay for her to even be with Terry Crews as a man, period. She might as well be with another female. And that is part of why I call this toxic femininity. Because it's almost saying, you know what? The man is obsolete in the household. I mean, I understand that this goes much further than this, but to me, Mr. Crews is perpetuating that. And I understand that this started happening, this attack on black men. And listen, I understand there's an attack on black women too, but that's a whole nother deal. That's a whole other deal. And I know that the black woman has been hung out to dry by a lot of black men. I understand that. But not all black men are doing this. But when you have a guy like Terry Crews, and I tell you, his wife is as close to white as oh my God. She's as close to white as you can get without being white. And he can't protect his own manhood and his family? I mean, what is the use of him even being there outside of he's a paycheck? Well, she can have a paycheck by anybody else, but she can have a paycheck that's going to at least protect himself and protect his family. Because if you're not doing that, you're not a man, period, point blank. And that doesn't matter how much you're making. It doesn't matter what your status is. If you are not protecting yourself, your family, and your household, you are absolutely worthless as a human being, and especially as a man. She might as well have another bull dagger or something to that ilk. And if that's your lifestyle, that's your lifestyle. But you might as well have the man just out the picture, period. And a lot of times, that's what's happening. And the man has been out the picture. Now, some of that is the man just being a male, and there's a difference between being a man and being a male, trust me. I mean, there are plenty males that are grown, they're doing different things, but they are not men. And I understand there is the old adage, boys or males do what they want to do, and men do what they have to do. And it is becoming much, much less prevalent in our communities. And that's a big problem with our people. And then when you look at certain instances, when you look at the images that the so-called black man is being portrayed, I mean, let's take a look at hip-hop music, for example. I mean, and listen, I'm close to 50 years old. I understand that some of this is generational. I get it. But let's look. You know what? Let's even look, I'll say about 15, 20 years ago. What constituted, a black male image. I mean, you had guys like Nelly. You had guys like DMX who welcome home to him. You had those guys. They were the masculine men, in the hip-hop community. Now, when you look at the so-called hip-hop community now, you got guys, well, I can't even call them guys. You got people like Lil Yachty. I mean, that guy, I mean, damn. I mean, he looks sweeter than a fucking bowl of Fruity Pebbles. Then you got guys like 21 Savage. I mean, you got the Migos. I mean, let's face it, the Migos, I mean, they're wearing tighter stuff than some of the women. It's an absolute disgrace as far as I'm concerned. But that is what's being pushed as masculine. I mean, to me, I just don't get it. Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, what are your thoughts out there? I mean, please let me know. I mean, trust me, I do appreciate feedback, whether it's good, bad, or indifferent. I can take constructive criticism as well. But my God, to me, I mean, the man, the real man, is going by the way of the dinosaur in our communities. And that's just, it seems like that's just my opinion. I mean, if it's not, please somebody let me know. I mean, what happened to our men? I mean, I understand that some of this is systematic. I get it. But, I mean, it can't be all the Me Too movement, because this has been happening way before the Me Too movement. But to have a guy like Terry Crews, who again, 6'5", 250 plus pounds, let another man, I don't care what status he is, I don't care if he's a Hollywood producer, Hollywood director, I don't care if he owns 20th Century Fox, I don't give a damn. To let that man handle his so-called genitals like that, and you do absolutely nothing. I mean, you're that feminine? I mean, seriously? I mean, what is your purpose? I mean, you cannot be a king. You cannot be the king of the jungle and refuse to roar and fight like a man. I mean, that's my humble opinion. I mean, somebody please let me know. I don't know. Maybe I'm missing something here. But again, as far as I'm concerned, I don't know whether to call him Mr. Terry Crews or Ms. Terry Crews. I mean, I just don't. But as far as I'm concerned, that person is an absolute disgrace and should almost turn over the mantle and not even call themselves a man. Now, another topic is Jussie Smollett. I don't know whether this is staged or whether it's not, but I still have yet to see any pictures of these guys with the so-called MAGA hats, Make America Great Again. I mean, I haven't seen it. I mean, they say that it's been floating around. I mean, maybe I've missed it. I mean, please, somebody let me know. Maybe I'm missing something. I don't know what's going on, but it seems like Mr. Smollett has a lot of explaining to do. And listen, if this did truly happen to him, he didn't deserve that to happen to him. I mean, why? Because I mean, we are living allegedly in a place where you're supposed to be free to be whatever you want to be. Now, being who we are, we know that's not the case. And to be quite honest, in a lot of instances, the LGBT community has a lot more rights than the so-called heterosexual black man. And we can thank the president before this, Barack Hussein Obama, for the very gains that a lot of the LGBT community has garnered. And you know what? I wouldn't be upset at those gains if they truly applied to our people as well as the LGBT community. Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, what are your thoughts out there? Anybody that's watching, please let me know your thoughts. I mean, this is a very interactive show as far as I'm concerned. If you guys want to go back and forth with me, I have absolutely no problem with that. Also, Trump supporters, well, you know what? Let's face it. A lot of people are not watching Empire at all, to be quite honest. It seems like Empire, and you know what? I'm not really shocked at that because if you remember, Taraji P. Henson, she has said that character, Cookie Lion, drains her. I mean, she has actually said that. And she said that she was only going to do 3 seasons, and that was it. But now, and let's face it, if you notice, each year, the ratings for Empire has declined each and every season. And I believe, you know what? And that's another thing I didn't think about. Maybe this is a publicity stunt done by Jussie Smollett and Lee Daniels, to try and pump some life into Empire. In fact, the people I spoke to, they've watched Star more than they've watched Empire. I forgot who the star of that particular show is. I know Queen Latifah's in it. The guy who used to be on Law and Order, Benjamin Bratt. He was, in fact, his character, I believe, got killed out. It was a horrible stunt, even, no question about it, if that is a publicity stunt. But let's face it, we have seen people do worse for a lot less. And it's sad because, in my opinion, that's a way of selling your soul. But let's face it, in a lot of instances, for certain people to get the certain positions that they are in Hollywood, or Hollyweird, as I like to call it, they do a lot of weird and disgusting and despicable things to get to the certain status that they achieve. And if you remember, Mr. Eddie Griffin, remember Eddie Griffin from Malcolm and Eddie, and he had done a lot of things. Remember, he did My Baby Daddy with, I believe it was Anthony Anderson and one other guy, I can't think of him. And I remember he used to be on Law and Order as well. I remember very distinctly he had an interview with DJ Vlad, that damn culture vulture, but he said something really prophetic. He said that no black man leaves Hollywood clean, meaning that in some way, shape, or form, Hollywood is going to tear you down. And let's face it, you've seen what Hollywood has done to Bill Cosby. We've seen what it's done to Michael Jackson and the whole host of others. You never truly leave clean in Hollywood. I mean, let's face it, you see what they're doing to Michael Jackson. As far as I'm concerned, these people they killed Bill Cosby's son, they killed his daughter, and they are trying to make sure that Bill Cosby dies in prison as we speak. He's not going to last for 3 to 5 years in prison. He's already 82 years old, failing sight, failing health. They want to make sure to not only destroy him, but destroy his legacy. Now you see what's going on with Michael Jackson. I mean, we can't even rest in peace. Michael Jackson's this is the 10th anniversary of his death will be June 27th. But let's make sure to dig them up and beat them up again with people who are known fakes, lied under oath in a court of law, but let's believe them over Michael Jackson, a man who can't even defend himself because he's no longer with us. And that is what the Me Too movement is all about. And that is who this clown, Terry Crews, chooses to align himself with. And that's why I can't respect that. And it's sad because the woman who started the Me Too movement is from my very city, New York City, but you only see her when it comes, and if you notice, she's only in front of the camera when it deals with black men. She's never in front of the camera when it deals with the white power structure. I mean, and listen, if that's your movement, you should never allow anybody or any other race to hijack the movement that you started. That is an absolute disgrace. I understand if you wanted to fade in the back and be a consultant, but this woman's not even doing that. She has let people like Rose McGowan, Ashley Judd, who else? Alyssa Milano. She's let those people spearhead the Me Too movement. And that is an absolute disgrace. But she was front and center when it came to old R. Kelly. Now, R. Kelly should have been taken care of, as we know, 20 to 30 years ago. And R. Kelly does deserve whatever treatment that he gets, as far as I'm concerned, because he did do some savage things to these young girls. But then you had certain people that after a while, you're no longer a victim. You're a willing participant. I mean, it's getting to the point now where, as a man, you almost have to apologize for being a man. I mean, it's an absolute disgrace. I mean, what happened to being a man? Excuse me. And listen, I understand that you're supposed to treat, and I know this is the way I was taught by my mother, God rest her soul. My mom taught me, and I was raised by a single parent. Like the song used to say, my biological didn't bother. But I did have people around to help raise me and show me how to treat women with respect. And to me, it's very easy to do. It makes you feel better as a man, as far at least I feel better. And there's nothing wrong with showing, especially our women, the respect that they deserve. I mean, holding the door, I'm a big believer in that. Opening up the car door, pulling out her chair, just being a gentleman. I mean, back in the day, there was a song by The Temptations called "Treat Her Like a Lady." I mean, I don't even know if that song would even get play in today's America. I mean, let's face it. I mean, in hip hop, every 5 word is bitches and hoes, but it's actually gotten worse. And I remember, and I understand that it started back with the so-called gangster rap of the 90s with Dr. Dre, Snoop, and those guys. I understand that. But it's so crazy. Which song you remember? The "Treat Her Like a Lady" song, or the gangster rap songs I was talking about? But it's crazy when you look at stuff now. Now they're talking about not only this bitch is ratchet. I'd take a Percocet, or I'm smoking this, I'm drinking that. I mean, that's all they're talking about in today's so-called R&B. And you know what? I was talking about R&B. Hip hop is terrible. Yeah, "Treat Her Like a Lady." In fact, that was, I believe, in 1984, and that was right after Dennis Edwards left. And I think Ali, I cannot think of his last name. I know his first name was Ali. He was the lead singer of the Temptations. In fact, he passed away before Dennis Edwards did. But yeah, That was a great song, Treat Her Like a Lady. And it's really sad that that the younger generation is not doing that for the most part. Now, there are a lot of young guys who are upholding that. I mean, to be fair, but the narrative that's being pushed is you treat them like a bitch, treat them like a prostitute. They gonna respect you, fam. You know what I'm saying, son? Yo, you know what I'm saying? I mean, when every 3 sentences ends with, you know what I'm saying? I mean, you need to look at the choice of mate, women, that you're choosing. Speaking of choice of mate, I tell you, your girl really, she chose a winner, didn't she, ladies and gentlemen? Old Wiggy G, yeah, congrats to her pregnant. Now, I know my auntie Olivia, the Oracle, she does believe that this is a scam. And you know what? Would I put it past Wiggy G to think that she would scam the community like this? Listen, I wouldn't be shocked at all. But let's and you know what? If she was stupid enough to scam like this, then she loses all credibility. As far as I'm concerned, she's lost all credibility already. But if it turns out that she scammed people and this was all a fake, then as far as I'm concerned, she should lose her platform for good. YouTube should take away all of her channels. And she should be forced to pay a fine as well, if she in fact did that. You said that you were shocked, and it also seems a panel. Yeah. In fact, it's crazy because I found out later it was I forgot, was a psychopath. I think it was, in fact, shout out to Psychopatheus. Yo, that dude is, I tell you, he's wonderful. If you get a chance, ladies and gentlemen, check out his channel. I mean, he's outstanding. Him and his moderators, they're something else, man. Love Wisdom, Muchacha 25, T. Thomas, Black First, and the entire crew over there. They're wonderful, man. If you get a chance, please check out his channel. He's wonderful, man. He's definitely a friend to the room, so to speak. But that's who really went in depth. And then I went into the Twitter of, I forgot the girl, it's Cookie something. It's Psychopatheus. That's his channel name. He spells it SYKOPAT, Psychopatheus. I know it starts with SYKO. Those are the first 4 letters, and the way you spell path, PATH, EIS, EIST, Psychopatheus. He's pretty funny, man. He's really I swear I didn't know I was going to make it to this live stream. No problem. I didn't think I was going to make it to the live stream, to be honest, because he had me laughing so hard last night that I thought that I was going to catch a stroke, man. He had me laughing so hard, man. He really did. And Water Sniper is also part of that chat room. He's one of the moderators there. And if and when you get a chance, also check out his channel as well. And he's done a lot of good work in our communities, no question about it. Oh, man. Yeah, I'm a little nervous. So bear with me a little bit, please, ladies and gentlemen. And I thank you so much for taking the time out to roll with me during this evening. I definitely appreciate it. Yeah, Water Sniper, I tell you, he's put up some stuff. He's been calling these so-called white folks out, let me tell you. And he's done a wonderful job with it. And you know what? We need soldiers and watchdogs like that, especially in these trying times, man. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, these are worse times than in the 60s, I'm telling you. The 50s and 60s, at least there were black-owned businesses and stuff where we actually were forced to come together due to whites only and this, that, and the third. Right now, and in fact, Martin Luther King himself acknowledge that he sold his people into a burning house. Well, let me tell you, that house is not only burning, it is burnt all the way down. Oh, I appreciate that, Eva. I appreciate that so much. It's and it's only building because of people like you, Eva. It's building because of everybody that has taken the time out, and I'm so grateful to everybody has taken the time out, has taken the time to like and subscribe to me. I mean, to Miss Owens, to my nieces and nephews, to Auntie Olivia. She's been outstanding. The Radical Home Sister, they don't make them like her, man. Let me tell you, I am so grateful to each and every sub. Iron Fist Pyro HD, James Wilson. There's a lot of, I have a few day ones. I remember when I had less than 100 subs, and people have been rocking with me since then, and I'm just so grateful, man. I mean, YouTube has been very humbling to me. And to be quite honest, it started with Harvey Superboy. I mean, it was crazy. And I'm gonna do the I'm gonna make a long story as short as possible. I made the fatal mistake of not finishing one of his uploads, and it looked. I made the mistake of saying, "Hey, if you get a chance, check out my my channel." And see, I didn't know the proper YouTube etiquette, and he really thought that I was trying to get views off of him, and that was entirely not the case. But I wanted him to. I apologize. Yeah, his commentary is top notch, and he's one of my favorites, no question. So I apologized to him, and listen, I had to, because I was in the wrong. Because if I were him, I would have took it the exact same way, and I understood where he was coming from. And I tell you what, being on YouTube for the amount of time that I've been on it, I understand exactly where he's coming from. Because people try and use you to get to get started when they're on their journey and their channel. I'm trying to do this the right way. I'm not trying to use anybody for views and this, that, and the third. When I'm in somebody's corner, I'm genuinely in somebody's corner. I'd rather be real and have only a handful of people ride with me than have a whole bunch, have thousands and thousands upon almost millions of people and be fake. If that's the case, then I don't deserve to be on YouTube, and I don't deserve to be part of the YouTube community. I don't, if I'm going to be fake. So, oh man, I appreciate that. Wow. Man, I'm truly humbled. I really am. And thank you so much, Eva. And thank you very much to all the people that have decided to sub to me, to like and subscribe to me. I definitely appreciate each and every one of y'all. I really do. And I hope to do my very best every time I do an upload. I'm never gonna half-ass anything, because you guys deserve nothing but the best from me, and I'm going to do that every single time that I do an upload. And I definitely appreciate everybody. I'm gonna have to cut this a little bit short. In case you don't know, my wife is not doing the greatest, so that's why I haven't been uploading as frequently as I appreciate that. Yeah, I hope so. I really hope so. From your lips to God's ears, Eva. And Eva, I appreciate you rocking and rolling with me throughout this entire upload. But I'm going to go tend to my people. Thank you very much. Now, the next time, I plan on doing much better. I don't know what the topic is going to be. Obviously, it's early. Now, I might do a Super Bowl upload. I will do a Super Bowl upload tomorrow, because I do everything. But it's funny, my main thing. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that. My main thing, I do sports, I do worldviews, and I do things that's going on in our community. I do sports, entertainment, and worldviews for the most part on this channel. And I'm just glad that it's growing right now, and I pray that it and we continue to grow together. And I thank you all very much. Please like, share, and subscribe, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Claude White. Please, when you guys go to sleep at night, say a little prayer. Thank the Most High God for being here. And I pray that we're all able to see each other tomorrow. Please take care and God bless.